Beacon Press Audio presents The Spirit of Our Work, Black Women Teachers, Remember, by Cynthia B. Dillard. This audiobook is narrated by Joy Vandervort Cobb. Published by Beacon Press Audio, 2021. Forward. I vacillated between writing a book forward and penning a love letter to Dr. Cynthia B. Dillard, Nana Mansa II of Mpizim, Ghana, West Africa. I will attempt to do both, because to love this book and its contents is to love Dr. Dillard and vice versa. She is indeed an easy person to love. Her spirit carries you into her unmatched grace and holds you there long after she has left you. To love her is also to love yourself, your blackness, your womanness, your Africanness. In her presence, you stand up taller, you speak clearer, and you listen with ears more attuned to the frequency of the sounds of glorious blackness. Dr. Dillard does not try to change you. You just submit, because within her presence you are remembering and reclaiming who you are. Yes, what I am describing is an amazing Black woman. Dr. Dillard is one of our ancestors' wildest dreams. She was made to love us. Accepting her love was already written. In these pages, you will feel Dr. Dillard's spirit speaking to you, because this book will place your spirit in a sacred space of blackness. As you read, you will be transported to a literary hush harbor. Historically, hush harbors were hidden spaces where enslaved Black people would gather in secret to pray, shout, dance, sing, retreat, and rejoice, intentionally creating moments of wholeness, spirituality, blackness, freedom, and remembering. These secluded moments, distinct and removed from whiteness and oppression, were not only precious, they were Black. For Black women, the spirit of our work, Black Women Teachers Remember, is our sacred space of blackness and Black womanness that makes us whole as educators. As Dr. Dillard writes, we are Black on purpose for a purpose. I never understood that notion until I traveled to Ghana with Dr. Dillard in 2018, and I have not been the same person since. Reading these pages, I now understand why. It's the whisper. Dr. Dillard writes that our healing as educators sounds like a whisper, not because we are not yelling and protesting and singing songs of liberation and freedom. It sounds like a whisper because it is coming from the inside out. I did not know what the whisper was until that trip, or even the possibilities of the whisper. After returning from Ghana, I could hear my ancestors' whispers so clearly. They now sound like songs to me. As someone who loves Black people, I wish we all could travel to Ghana, paid for by U.S. reparations, of course. But accompanied by Dr. Dillard, going to Ghana is just part of the journey. The person who guides your experience there is essentially guiding your spirit and connecting you to flesh, blood, bones, and remains of those who came before us. The work of taking Black people home is the job of a soul that is well and made whole by visions of blackness on both sides of the water. Going to Ghana with Dr. Dillard made Black creativity, joy, ingenuity, brilliance, and love real in ways I had never understood before, because there my reference was not inhibited, distorted, and interrupted by whiteness. In Ghana, I was Black for the first time in my life. I carry that knowledge and swag with me. I attempt to teach and write with that swag. And more than anything, I learned that Black children in Ghana and in the U.S. are young, gifted, and African. Their identity and connections to Blackness make them limitless. And if we will teach them well, then as teachers, we too must be well. This book is your guide in that journey back to yourself. I love you, Dr. D. You helped me find a piece of myself I never even knew was missing. You taught me how to touch my own spirit. The spirit of our work Black women teachers remember will help you do the same, dear reader. And each time you touch your own spirit, you will heal so that you can teach with the bravery of Harriet, Fannie Lou, Angela, and Cynthia. Bettina L. Love, Atlanta, Georgia. Introduction. For those who chose to survive. Our promise to remember the ancestors. Where a woman keeps her memories is the place she should call home. Carol Phillips. Be easy. Take your time. You are coming home to yourself. Nayira Waheed. This is a book about remembering. It is about what happens when Black women in the Black diaspora return to the continent of Africa and the ways that such a journey changes our lives from the inside out. It is about how it shifts our bodies, minds, and spirits. It is about how those shifts create what Akasha Hull calls a new spirituality for Black women, one deeply committed to an expanded politics, a spiritual consciousness, and an engaged creativity that both takes us off our center and gives us back our center at the same time. And it is a book about the beauty and wisdom embodied in the spirit of some of the most important people in the lives of any community, Black women who teach. I recently rewatched the iconic film by Julie Dash called Daughters of the Dust. In this film, Nana Pazant is the matriarch of a family who descended from a great line of enslaved African people on the island of Dauta. This rather secluded island is located on the barrier coast of present-day South Carolina and Georgia. Given modernization and a dying indigo industry, moving from the small island to the perceived greener pastures of the United States mainland was the dream of her family. Staying behind on the island and faced with the impending separation from her family, Nana has a serious conversation with her great-grandson Eli, a conversation in which he tries to share with her why he needs to leave the island. Her goal is not to persuade him to stay. Her goal is to help him remember who he is once he's left, to remember the soul of his people and the wisdom of their memories. Nana to Eli. There's a thought, a recollection, something somebody remembers. We carry these memories inside of we. Do you believe that hundreds and hundreds of Africans brought here on this other side would forget everything they once knew? We don't know where the recollections come from. Sometimes we dream them, but we carry these memories inside we. Eli to Nana, sarcastically. What we supposed to remember, Nana? How at one time we were able to protect those we loved? How in the African world we were kings and queens and built great big cities? Nana to Eli, pleading. Eli, I'm trying to teach you how to touch your own spirit. I'm fighting for my life, Eli, and I'm fighting for yours. Look in my face. I'm trying to give you something to take north with you, along with all your big dreams. Nana's words made me catch my breath. In her voice are the dilemmas of formerly enslaved Africans living in the diaspora, those dilemmas that we still carry inside we today. Dilemmas about who we are, what we have forgotten, what we choose to remember, and the revolution that remembering might create. Here and throughout this book, I posit remembering as both the acts of putting back together, as in remembering, and of recalling, as in the call or spiritual obligation we answer in becoming a teacher, an auntie, or a mother. Remembering is also an act of resistance, given the continuous ways that Black people and our presence in the diaspora are rendered invisible within structures of capitalistic patriarchal.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?